I want to welcome you to Global FX Radio, Voice of Forex Market Wrap-Up Recap. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. Quite an interesting day now, wasn't it? Would you look at this euro dollar closing under 140? Well, it looks like they stopped smoking what they were smoking over at the ECB. After 3 months of them hemming and hawing and trying to put up a fight, they finally admitted Germany's going into a freaking recession. Growth is going to be negative, and the euro again succumbing to the pressure, the dollar strength. Like I've been saying over and over, this is not about euro dollar. Dollar, basically, the economy in the U.S. is going to do well. This is more about the rest of the world is selling off. Their economies are in a free fall pretty much. And the U.S. was the first one to address the problems. Therefore, the U.S. will be the first place people want to invest when the world economy does turn, or the economies do turn. So that's my reasoning behind why the dollar continues to rally. But again, this 140 is given. I think any bounces we need to be short. If we take a look at our channel line here, right? We got our channel line on the euro dollar. I think any rallies up to 141 should be shorted. I think this 140.50 looks like a very interesting spot. You see that's where the 10 exponential moving average is. They broke through 140. They closed it below 140 at 5 p.m. So a lot of people are going to be basically short this pair, but I don't know if it's going to be that easy. I think it's going to be I think it's going to put up a fight. So 140.50 and 141 are spots I'm looking to be short. If it breaks to 141.50, we'll have to cry uncle. I don't believe it's going to take this shooting star out from this morning here. I think that I would be shocked to see it take that out. But if it does, it does. But it looks to me like selling any rallies. Turning to the dollar yen again, with the carry trade getting annihilated, dollar yen is just going to get stalled. It's going nowhere as the other currencies are getting pummeled. So dollar yen, like I said before, if you've been a listener of mine, the yen, the Japanese economy is better weathered to handle this economic downturn in the world economies than any other country. Why? Well, they went through their disaster. They had the lost decade in Japan. Japan had no growth for 10 years. Their rates are still at zero. Their banks don't have any of the subprime crap. They do have a little bit of the subprime crap on their books, but it's not a lot compared to the Europeans and Americans. So Japan finally showing the signs of life that we've been waiting years for, and that just continues. Dollar yen, it might push higher with this dollar continuing to weaken, strengthen, but again, 109 should not give way. Really, this whole 108 level, I think, should probably hold. I think dollar yen on any rallies probably is a short, and it looks to me like we'll probably come in and retest this whole 106.50 level tonight. I think the carry trade, this euro yen looks like it's going to bust through 150. I think sterling yen looks like it wants to bust through 86.50. We'll get to that in a second. But again, Trigé & Company, Almunia also, obviously putting out very weak signals. Sterling dollar, it looks like it's just a matter of time. That's going to crack through again. Look at this nice descending head and shoulders. This is all the hourly charts I'm doing. Looking very weak. Beautiful downtrend channel to the downside. I think this euro sterling obviously busted. So under 80 on euro sterling, that means cable's going to put up a fight. But any bounce in this euro sterling and cable should collapse. Sterling dollar looks like crap. It looks like it's going to melt down. And those of you who are premium cleaned up today. We were short New Zealand dollar into the rate cut, baby. More rate cuts to come, and New Zealand looks like death. Say hello to 65, baby. Kiwi yen melting down as well. So premium listeners cleaned up. Again, if you have any questions about my premium service, feel free to email me at info, at globalfxradio.com. And remember, everything going to be changing in the next week. I'm going to be doing probably 4 YouTubes a day once I get settled in Florida next week. So lots of exciting things, lots of exciting announcements to come. My newsletter, I'm going to be broadcasting that again as well. I'll be not broadcasting, but emailing that out. If you want to be put on my newsletter email list, email me again at info, at globalfxradio.com. And again, sterling dollar on the hourly, unless, it looks terrible, unless the sterling really were to breach, really, the 76.50 level. I think 76.10 is going to hold, but we see what happens on these big bursts higher. I think 76.50 is really the level that sterling dollar would need to break through in order to break this downtrend channel. But sterling dollar looks terrible. The euro dollar under 140, say bye-bye. New Zealand dollar cracking through, making new lows as we speak. But again, looking at this sterling dollar, it looks terrible. And I think dollar Canada looks like a buy. I think this Australian dollar is toast. Look at the Aussie under 80. That's melting down. And again, Euro sterling, let's take a look there. You got a nice hammer. That means cable's going to come in. Maybe we bounce, and I think if we bounce, I want to be shorting this at the 80 level. I'm not short here. I covered. But I think this 80 level on Euro sterling looks like a nice spot to get short with a stop, right around this 80.50 level, 80.40. But Euro sterling on the daily chart, let's take a look at that. That just looks like death, death, death. Look at that break. Bang, bang, bang. We've been predicting this. Once we got through 80.50, it's all over. They broke it out to break it down. We are all through support now, and 80 levels should now be resistance. That's the way support and resistance works. So while support was 80, now it is big-time resistance on Euro sterling. And again, folks, if you want me on Daily FX, you got to complain to them. Let them know you want me on there. They're not going to put me on there on the front page. I'm on the commentator section, on the contributor section, but not going to be on the front page anymore unless you tell them how much you want me. Again, look at this euro yen on the daily chart. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. We're going to break through 50, absolutely. And again, I don't see any support on this baby. The only support I see, I don't see any. I mean, it looks like well, I guess certainly this 149.50 level maybe. But besides that, euro yen looks horrible. Horrible. And this euro dollar looks terrible. Sterling dollar working nicely now. Dollar Canada going to the moon as I speak right now. The time right now is 5:21 Eastern. My premium listeners and subscribers are cleaning up right now. And we are up like 400 pips today. But again, if you want to try a 1-week trial, then it's $200 a month. And you get a 1-week free trial to try me out. And that's via PayPal only. And again, my new website, Global FX Radio, well, the old site's going to be redone. And that should be probably done in the next 48 hours. I know I've been saying it, but I'm not back in my office in Florida, so I'm not comfortable yet. Once I get comfortable, you have no idea what you're going to get from me. It's just going to get better and better and better. So euro yen again looks terrible. We're going to break through 150, it looks like tonight. Looking at the hourly chart, I mean, measure the move. I'll tell you what, you measure the move from 150.50 to 157. We go to 153. This thing could really go to 153, absolutely. So this looks horrible. And we break through 150 and say bye-bye. Sterling yen, another one that's absolutely collapsing. Again, this thing looks like it's got on the hourly chart. Easy. 86.50. That's my profit target tonight on sterling yen. I think it's rolling over. Again, no chasing, people. I hate chasing, so don't chase it if you missed it. Wait for a bounce. But I think the sterling yen's got 186.50 written all over it. And again, I would appreciate if you put some ratings on my YouTube broadcast. That would be nice. And again, I want to thank you all for listening. Hopefully you've been making some money from my trade calls. And hopefully I'm going to see you in my chat room, my premium chat room, where I do live mentoring and trade play-by-play 4 hours a day. 8 a.m. Eastern to 10 a.m. Eastern, a little bit more than that. And then 3:30 to about 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for listening. Andrew Spanton, Global FX Radio, Daily FX Contributor, the voice of Forex, the only voice you'll ever need in Forex that makes you money, baby. Gold collapsing today, by the way, a big negative. Oil is going to break through 100. Dogs and cats are going to be living together in mass hysteria. Thanks for listening. Have a good night. Just kidding about that one. I'm a big animal lover, if you didn't know that. It's all good.